Hey guys, Tristan Azcona here, and today I have a special guest. He's a good friend of mine who built a brand around his passion. He's an online marketer, web developer, and coder, and the co-founder of empoweredblogs.com and the developer of the Empowered Blogs theme. And of course, he has also helped dozens of people make money online. He's my good friend, the blog rockstar, Clifton Hatfield.
Hey, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm fine. And you? How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing really great. I'm excited about a lot of things that are coming up for me, and I appreciate you taking time to sit down and talk with me.
Yeah, thanks. And it's good for you. I'm also thankful for you to spend this time with me. So, quick start. How does it feel to build an income around your passion?
Well, actually, I've been doing it for about 7 years now, web developing, and it's absolutely my passion. Next to my wife and son, and being able to actually earn an income and do something that I love and have a strong passion for is you couldn't do it any other way. Anybody that's stuck in a job, especially if it's a 9-to-5 job that doesn't like going every day, that's the worst position that you can be in. So for myself, that was something that I didn't want to do any longer. I wanted to continue and pursue what I love to do, which is web development and online marketing and internet marketing.
Cool. So for those who are just planning to start in business and in this industry, have you got any advice for them on how to get started or how they can get rolling, so to speak?
Yeah, definitely. One of the great things, and one of the things that you hear probably often, is to pick up a mentor or somebody that can sit down with you, whether it's over the phone, over Skype, or in person, and actually go step by step to kind of help you get your feet wet, get the ball rolling, point you in the right direction, tell you exactly some of the things that you need to do in order to reach those goals that you've set in place for yourself. So that's really, to me, I think that's the first step, is to connect with somebody that has already been there and has had great success doing the internet marketing or whatever, the home-based business or blogging or whatever it is that you're looking to do, and work with them and let them teach you exactly what they did to get going, get started to reach that goal. So that's probably the best advice that I can give for somebody that's brand new, is to find somebody out there and connect with them and work with them that has been there before already.
Yeah, I certainly agree. I mean, getting a mentor is one of the best ways to cut down your learning curve, and at the same time, really get to pick their brains.
Yeah.
And so down to the next question, which is, we've heard this after the FA, they have announced the development of Timeline, and I believe it's really awesome. But
Definitely.
Although weeks before, there's been a lot of buzz and hate around the new changes.
There always is. People fear change. They fear what they don't understand. So anytime Facebook makes any kind of changes or anything, then there's a lot of fear about it, and a lot of people don't like the changes, and it hasn't even launched yet. People that have gotten developer access have seen the changes. I have the changes myself as a developer, and I love them. I think they're great, and I think it's going to really change how people use Facebook.
Really? Which leads to my next question. We already built this platform of marketing through Facebook. How will these changes, especially Timeline, affect how we market on Facebook?
Oh, exactly. How we market on Facebook with Timeline is really going to be a great tool, because let me backtrack a little bit. Back in 2009, Facebook allowed the extension of your profile with applications. So a developer or even a marketer could come up with an idea for an application for a profile, and actually add that application to your profile, where you could add things like opt-in forms, maybe promotional videos, marketing videos, promotional material, anything like that. You can actually add it to your profile. In 2009, I believe late 2009, early 2010, they actually took that away, and they only allowed it on pages, business pages, fan pages, things like that.
Yeah.
Well, with the addition of Timeline, they're actually allowing applications to be added back to the profiles, which is great. it's really a powerful tool, not just for the general user, but also for on the marketing side of things as well, because now allows you to add those tools back to your profile, add those specific, marketing videos, any kind of, any kind of marketing tactics or anything like that that you want to use. You can actually add those back to your profile. Now it's going to be a little bit different platform, some different limitations, things like that, but being able to do that is a really great step for people that utilize it correctly. Now it's going to be brand new, so there's going to be a learning curve for a lot of people. It's going to be a learning curve for myself and other marketers as well. But before it's even been released, a lot of us have already got the ball rolling on some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a learning curve on my part too.
Yeah.
I certainly do think that the cover picture is really going to have a lot of promise, especially with personal branding.
Definitely.
You could actually point them even to your fan page, which leads me to my next question. Do you think any of these changes will also be implemented on fan pages?
I've had a few people ask me that already, and I haven't seen any kind of documentation on that or any announcement on that. So my guess is no. I don't think, and really, personally, I don't think it'll ever happen because the way timeline works is it's a step back into time. It's a way for you to reminisce about the things that you've shared. It's a walk back, through memory lane. I like to say. So when I got my timeline on my profile with the developer access, I went and scrolled all the way down to the bottom, and I think it went back down to the early 2000s. So or mid 2000s. So what I did from there is I scrolled all the way back up my timeline, and for those of you that haven't seen it yet, you might not fully understand what I'm talking about yet, but I scrolled through my timeline and I was able to check out and see pictures of when around the time I met my wife, and see wedding photos and pictures of our son growing up, and places that we've been, vacations, things like that. So it's a great chance to easily go back and just follow the lane of memories that I've gone through the last couple of years. Now the reason why that differs from pages is because business pages are set up a little bit differently, and a business specifically doesn't have a timeline, doesn't have memories of things. It's really meant for connections between a business and a person. It's more of a one-way connection. So a business has information that they want to share, and they can push it out to all of their fans. They can push it out to all of their subscribers. Now there is some limited two-way conversation there, maybe in forums or discussions or something like that on a business page, but it's a one-way track, where a profile to profile with a timeline is more of a two-way connection relationship there.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it's true. Business pages really is like has a limited in dimension, and timeline is, like I said, more really something personal. So also, during the FA, Mark Zuckerberg announced that they've upgraded Open Graph, and they've made it more social, and that the language is growing. So
yes.
How do you think these changes are going to affect developments on this new platform?
Oh, it really, really opens the doors up. Now, when they launched the like button, a couple years ago, I think the like button came out in 09, 08, something like that.
Yeah.
It exploded. Within just a few months, hundreds of thousands of websites had the like button on their website, and people were clicking like
all over the
left
place.
and right. I mean, it was like crazy. I mean, you like this, you like that, you like this, you like that, and it exploded. But it was very, very limited on it. What the like button is and what it can do. And what I mean by that is, not everybody's going to click like because not everybody likes the content. Now, they might have done that content. So, for example, if I go to a YouTube video and I watch a video, it was okay. I'm not going to exactly say that I liked it, so I'm not going to click the like button. It was an okay video. But what if I just want to share with my friends that I watched the video? I don't necessarily want to trademark myself as liking the video, but I just want to say that I watched it. So with the new platform, the Open Graph platform opens that up to, I can click on a button that says I watched this video. So I'm not endorsing that I liked it, but I just am saying that I watched it. So that would let my other friends know that I watched it rather than actually liking it. So there's a big difference there, and I think it's really going to open up the doors to a lot of different media types out there.
and they also added the functionality of the add to timeline. And this is also one of the developments that has been building a lot of buzz. Some people don't like the idea that you give them permission once and they're gonna post over and over and over again on your profile. But what do you think?
There's that's a really great question, and I'm kind of both ways on it a little bit. I know that the publisher won't be able to publish any content on your profile or add to your timeline without your consent initially. Okay,
Yeah.
but you can tell them that I'll use a perfect example here. I like to listen to Pandora radio, and I have my stations on there. But let's say I want to share with my friends each and every song that I listen to on Pandora. Well, every 2, 3, 4 minutes, I don't want to have to constantly keep sharing. Hey, now I'm listening to Black Eyed Peas. Now I'm listening to Nirvana. Now I'm listening to whatever. I don't want to have to keep saying that over and over again. So what I can do is I can just tell Pandora, all right, go ahead and publish every single song that I listen to on here, onto Facebook, onto my timeline, and let my friends know what exactly I'm listening to at that time. I think Spotify is the one that's really jumped on board and teamed up with Facebook on the whole music end of things. And I think there's some other video sites that are doing that as well. So it's really got its pluses that it kind of takes out that extra step of sharing content, but it's got some negative sides to it too. What if someone doesn't exactly understand what is going on or what is happening, and they authorize that and they start doing some stuff and it's automatically publishing to their timeline, and they don't like that. So there's going to be a lot of people out there who are going to be highly confused about what's going on, but we're all humans, we're all smart, and we're going to be able to pick up on it pretty quickly and use it effectively. But on the marketing side of things, I want to throw this in there. On the marketing side of things, if you can add something like that to your blog, then you can get somebody to authorize. As soon as they come to your blog, you can get them to authorize, I want you to publish content on my timeline for me, and then each time they read a blog post, you can submit that information to that person's timeline to let all of their friends know that Susie read this blog post, and Susie read this blog post, Susie read that blog post, and so on. I don't know exactly all the details on that. I've just actually started reading more about timeline over the last couple of days, but from my understanding, that's exactly how it's going to work, and it's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, and as a developer, you've developed such great products like the comments comments plugin, and as well as the Lightbox plugin, and you also have the Facebook gallery as well. So what are you developing for the new with this new development?
Yeah, those are a few of my most popular plugins. I've actually written a lot of plugins. Some of them have just been for myself. Some of them I've done really on contract for people. But I've really built an array of really awesome plugins. And I've actually built some Facebook applications as well, and some of them that have been really popular. And the one of them that I wrote back in 2009 actually has generated over 104,000 users on Facebook, which is pretty exciting. However, due to some changes in 2009 that Facebook made, my application was voided, basically no longer usable. So I kind of scrapped it, and which was a shame because a lot of people enjoyed it. I still actually to this day in 2011 I have people still contacting me 2 years later asking about that application, but I've just got to tell them, hey, it's no longer, you can't use it anymore. Facebook changed some things on their site. But what I'm excited about with Timeline is I'm actually able to revive that application. I have to completely rewrite the whole thing from scratch because Facebook's new Open Graph platform, but I'm really excited about it. I don't want to give away exactly all the details on it just yet because it's not finished yet, and I don't want anybody else to jump on this idea, but it's extremely mainstream. We're looking at over 800 million plus users on Facebook, and I guarantee every single one of them could use this application. It's not like a Farmville or anything silly like that. This is a serious mainstream application that in 2009 it ran for about 8 to 12 months and it got over 100,000 users. So I'm excited to see what it's going to do this time. with the more options and the better platform. So there's going to be more details about that, and as soon as it goes live, probably you guys in my Facebook support group are going to be the first ones to find out about it, so I can have you guys go check it out and debug it and stuff for me. But I'm really excited about it, and I think this is going to be huge, and it's going to do a lot of great things for people on Facebook as a whole.
Yeah. Speaking of the Facebook, that's actually one of the communities that you've created just a couple of weeks ago, right? And actually, surprisingly, it really grew. So I have a couple of questions about it. It's called the WordPress SEO and Internet Community. What was your inspiration for creating that group?
That's a great question. Actually, frustration. Frustration was actually the biggest inspiration to create that, because a lot of people turn to me every day and ask me questions, and they were coming at me from all different directions. Some people were, emailing me. I have several different email addresses also, so different email addresses questions were coming in. People were sending tickets into my support website. I had Facebook messages coming in, Skype messages coming in. I had it coming in from all different directions. It was becoming extremely overwhelming. And I'd like to help people out and answer a lot of questions, but the problem was I was finding myself repeating those same questions or the same answers over and over and over again to a lot of the same questions. So not only am I trying to answer questions from different avenues, but also the same questions. So I decided, that's it. I'm going to set up a Facebook group, and I'm going to invite some of my internet guru friends like yourself to get on board with this group with me and offer free support for anybody that has any kind of WordPress, SEO, or just general internet questions. It could be about Facebook, Google, whatever, and I'll help them out as much as I can. But anybody that emails me and asks me a question or hits me up on Facebook messaging about a question, I send them to my group, because I know I won't have all the answers, and someone like you or some of the other guys like Wayne Hatter or anybody else, they might have the answer to the questions that I don't have. So my inspiration to create it was actually over frustration. I couldn't take it anymore. It was taking up way too much of my time. And anybody out there that knows about reaching your goals and being successful is about being productive and setting your priorities. So helping people is definitely a high priority for me, but I also wanted to make sure that I was doing it effectively and productively. So.
Yeah, and actually, it's like we've helped a lot of people since we've made it, and we answered a lot of questions. It's been
actually pretty unbelievable. I had no idea how well it was going to do when I created it. I really didn't even think anybody would join, to be completely honest with you. I just wanted to create it to make myself feel better, and the next thing I know, it was just bam, questions were being answered, being asked and answered. It was happening so fast, and some people have some really difficult questions in there, and I don't know all the answers, so it gives me an opportunity to put myself in check and go check out Google or look up the answer in other forums or any kind of support, any other support groups or anything like that. And I look up the answers myself just to make sure I'm correct, or if I don't know the answer, I'd like to look it up for them and give them, because sometimes it's easier for me to go find it on Google or look at, I know the resources to be able to find the answer much quicker than the person asking the question. So, myself and you and all the other guys in there, I think do just an absolute great job, and have taken so much weight off my shoulders. I really appreciate everything that you guys have done.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you made that group, and actually, it was quite fun. In my case, it was really quite fun when somebody would send a question. It's actually like a race for me, be the first one to answer it. And
me too. I'm like, oh wait, and I'm pulling up Google, or I'm pulling up some any other forums or documents or stuff to see, and it's really great. And what I love about it is some of the questions that people ask get a response of different answers. Someone might ask about a membership plugin, and we have people talking about wish list. We have people talking about S2. We have other people just talking about Buddy Press and things like that. So it's like it's a big array of answers. So it gives somebody an opportunity to research each one of those answers as well. Learn more about and figure out which one's going to fit theirs the best.
Yeah, and it really is just like it's an amazing community, especially for those who are new to WordPress, SEO, and basically having a question about the internet. it's the fastest way to get an answer is
Yeah,
through our group.
It definitely is, and we do a pretty good job, I think, of moderating. We keep out, any kind of like really anything that we feel is promotional, strictly promotional. We try to keep it limited to questions. The person really needs to have a question, which I think just that alone differs from a lot of groups, because there can be a mix of different things, topics that are going on in a group. But I think with ours, it's just you need to be asking a question, and it gives, people like you and I an opportunity to answer them. So it's really worked out great, and within just a few weeks, it's got over 200 members, and I look forward to seeing it grow and us helping out more people, because that's really what it's all about.
Yeah, and it does feel good, to help all these people out. Because I know a lot of their frustration is when they have this question and they don't know how, they don't know the answers, and so they give up. So
and we don't want that.
We wouldn't want that, and this group is basically an avenue to help them, because each one has their own individual learning curves, and even with what we find it as simple, it's simple for us, but quite a big wall for them, and so
exactly, and it really what it's doing is it's raising the quality too. I think of a lot of the the blogs and the content and the websites and stuff that are out there right now, because someone might come to the group and have trouble with something, or it might not look that great, and they'll ask us. We've had a few guys ask what our opinion was about something. How do you think this website looks? How do you think our blog looks? Things like that, and we'll give them our honest opinion on it, and then we'll actually give them a solution on how to change it and how to make it better as well. So we're actually raising the quality of the content and the material that's out there as well too. So that alone feels good.
Yeah, and we've answered a lot of questions on a lot of subjects, not just WordPress, but anything related to the internet.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, so it's been great having you. So before we go, if anybody would like to connect with you, how can they do that?
Well, they can visit my blog, cliftonhatfield.com. You can learn a lot more information about me there. You can learn about past projects I've done, things that I've done in my past, things that I'm looking forward to in my future, and I've got a lot of information about WordPress on there. A lot of great, useful information about WordPress, internet marketing, things like that on there. So that's a great way to learn more about me, to actually get in contact with me. The best way is to hit me up on my fan page on Facebook. It's facebook.com/CliftonHatfield.page. Or if you just have any questions, check out my group on Facebook. It's called WordPress SEO Internet Questions. So
so thanks for having thanks for spending this time with me, and
I appreciate it,
and I hope to interview you again soon with if anything comes up again on Facebook or on WordPress, any new developments. I really enjoy having your feedback, and it's nice to have a developer's point of view of things, because it does it in a way simplifies and makes us understand better any of these new developments, because like you said, change does scare people.
And sometimes it takes somebody like me or somebody else to calm down the frenzy. It's like I was talking with somebody, and I referenced anytime somebody makes a change on Facebook, or Zuckerberg makes a change on Facebook, it's like somebody going into a crowded room and screaming fire. It just takes one person to freak out, and then the entire community freaks out, and it's really over nothing. Some of these changes are going to be great, and before they even rolled out, we don't want a frenzy going on before it even happens. So really excited about these changes, and future ones to come.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, I appreciate it.